And, oh, no, that is going to be a top out for Mushman at 398, and Tugi is good. And, oh, no, that double flip of the bar for Sodium is going to be a top out at B21. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. James Yeptho says, can wait, please start. All right, I'll do it. On the left side of your screen, Blue Scooty, seed number 5, qualled in with a 1.59, just shy of a rollover. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Blue Scooty has a overall PB of 18.2 million. That is number 2 on the PB leaderboard. He is ranked number 3 in the most recent Premier poll, that is ranking of Tetris players in both competitive open and DAS, or competitive both open and DAS playstyles. He's also ranked number 8 on the DAS list. You can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com, premier with an E at the end. Blue Scooty is from the United States of America, and he is a 6-time CTM Masters event winner. He has won most recently in February of this year, won back-to-back Masters, of course, this year, and had a streak from 24 into 25 of, 10 finals appearances, inclusive of Lone Stars. So Blue Scooty, certainly a dominating run in 24 into 25. Looking to get back on the win train here in the Masters event. You've seen Scooty recently, well, doing a lot of things, but recently you've seen him winning. Is this a spoiler? This was last night. He won Pumpy's one-day tournament. So congratulations, Scooty, on winning that just yesterday. You've also seen Scooty at the Jonas Cup. He got a top 8 spot and was top 4 in Mind Meld along with his partner Wallbant. And Wallbant and Blue Scooty also played in the team relay event and won that as well in a final sweep against Matt Martin and Robin. So pretty cool. Blue Scooty, of course, worldwide headlines, 18 months ago. More than that, maybe. Being the first player ever to beat NES Tetris, that is, get to the crash triggers of NES Tetris, first person ever to do that. And we've had since 7 people, is that right? We still stuck on 8? Aren't there any more crashers? I feel like there'd be more game crashers by now. 308 for Blue Scooty, 325 for Tugi. And yeah, Blue Scooty, of course, a 3-time CTWC gold player and has never finished lower than the top 8. And he's got 2 top 4 finishes, including this year. And he was second in Jonas Cup last year as well. All right, is that enough about Blue Scooty? It's enough. 355 Scooty, 373 for Tugi, and on the right side, it is Tugi. Tugi qualified in with a 1.275. That got him the 21 seed in the tournament, and he had to start in round 1, defeated Mushman and then Sodium Overdose to get here to the top 16. Tugi with an overall PB of 2.275. That is a top 45 score. He was ranked 25 in that Premier poll in the open category and 4 in the DAS category. Tugi is from Austria. And he was at one point, he was the world record holder for the for DAS overall score. You have seen Tugi most recently getting a top 4 spot. Made it to the final 4 of that one-day tournament. That was yesterday. Took second at the Northeast Regional last month against Dangler. Was top 4 CT UK. Went out against the eventual winner of that, Evesy. Top 4 in CTWC DAS back in July. He had his best overall month in the CTM cinematic universe in June when he got his first top 8 finish in the Masters event and top 4 in DAS Masters. He went out to Pixelandy in both. And Pixelandy was the winner of both, right? So, 519 here for Scooty, 552 for Tugi. Tugi is a 4-time CTWC Gold Bracket player. He's played 3 times in Mega Masters. Tugi, the first one into 19. He's at 599. Scooty at 546. Tetris for Tugi, 624. There's one for Blue Scooty, 574. These will be best of 5s. Of course, we're now into the level 19 phase, as it's called. This speed will last until level 29, 230 lines. Then the speed is going to double. That speed will last for 100 lines. It's pretty hard. Players might not get all the way through, but if they do, they'll be met with level 39, the super kill screen, which will assuredly kill their games if they get there. So really 330 lines overall that these players have to work with. 3 different playable speeds. 712 Blue Scooty, 716 Tugi. Tetris Tugi, 773, 718 Blue Scooty. Level 23. All right, good, flat, safe stacking. Good boards for both players. Tetris for Scooty. He's ahead by 6 lines, back by, well, he's ahead by 2 lines. Well, let's put it with it. Tugi is ahead when the lines are tied by about 30,000. Now, Tetris is on 25, worth 31,200. By the time they get to 29, they'll be worth 36,000. And by the time they get to 39, they'll be worth 48,000. 1,200 point increase per level. And yeah, keeping it pretty darn close here. Right, Tetris Tugi, 993, 960 for Blue Scooty. All right, Scooty, all right. Oh, no, he's going to miss that Z-spin. That is going to slow him down a little bit. Tugi, long bar Tetris, is able to add to that lead while Scooty is cleaning up. And Scooty's got, you know, like 7 lines or something to get cleaned up before 29 hits. You know, 29 playable, but you transition too high, it could be tough. And Blue Scooty going to transition too high and top out at 978. That means Tugi is going to take it in game number 1. GG's to both players. Or GG to each player. How about that? Whatever you prefer. All right, looks like both players are ready. They're on seed 917A84. Yes, they are. Let's get them started. Game number 2. Blue Scooty looking to tie it up. Tugi up 1-0. Okay, we are underway in game 2. Vandy, should we get the conversation even older than the 90s? Blue Scooty's grandpa, Omar Red Star, which is better, Andy Griffith Show or Petticoat Junction? Omar Red Star, very non-committal. You got to take a stand, okay? These are the important issues of our day. 151 for Blue Scooty, 167 for Tugi. These players have faced off against each other a couple of times. They did play against one another in the one-day tournament yesterday. That was only their second, non-DAS match really against one another. Oh, that's not true. Third one. They met in Mega Masters in the early rounds in 2023. Blue Scooty took that one 3-0, and they also met in Classic Tetris League in 24. That was actually season 25 in 2024, the year. Scooty took that one 3-1, and then Scooty took out Tugi. At least won a match, didn't take out necessarily, but won a match because it was done Swiss style, where players play a bunch of matches against a pool of other players, and then the best players, or the players with the best records in that pool, move on. And that is how that happened. So just their third match overall. John Boy 27 says, I have been told good night, John Boy, quite a lot. Now, of course, nobody under the age of like me has any business knowing what that is. Like, I am right at the cusp of how old someone could be and know what that is. Tolstoy knows it? Well, you must be old, or you just have, or they can't afford to get the new shows in your country. You're 40 plus. Yeah, see. It is still on TV, that's true. $4.99 for Tugi, $5.06 for Blue Scooty. So players separated by one line. The scores are close. Zalo says, what is the setting of Tetris and the plot of Tetris? Does Tetris have a plot? What is the plot of Tetris? I mean, it has to be some Cold War plot, right? Some clash of ideologies. Blue Scooty 607 into 19, 588 for Tugi, right? The forces of collectivism fitting all the, forcing all the pieces to fit together into one unified whole. But then the individual, the I, comes and destroys the wall, the mountain of collectivism, right? There's got to be something like that. It came out of Russia, so it has to be some sort of individualism versus the collective plot, right? $6.59 for Tugi. Yeah, kind of like, I don't know. There's a lot of things like that. It's the relentless organization of life crushing down on you. Yeah, but you can win, you know? You're winning. All right, Chen, thank you for the update. Chen might have to go, but also might be lurking. We need a where's Chen command. Wait, is the Yanni command, does the Yanni command still work? Oh no. There used to be, this is like way old school days. There used to be a Yanni command. Like way back in the day. And it would just tell you if Yanni was lurking. Because Yanni was a known lurker. $9.55 for Blue Scooty, $8.50 for Tugi here on 25. So it's about 100,000 point lead once the lines are tied. Yeah, there used to be a Yanni command, though, and it literally would tell you whether or not Yanni was lurking. A89 for Blue Scooty. He's got the max out and more, and now he's got the 1.1. He's on 28. Tugi's got the max, and he is fixing to get that 1.1 into 29, and he's going to skim and get that Tetris. B26 for him. C06 right now for Blue Scooty. Tetris for Tugi. So they're, you know, about a Tetris and change apart. Scooty here trying to downstack. He's doing it. Tugi with a Tetris C08. He's closing the gap. Scooty trying to stay alive here, has to bring the entire stack down. You're getting droughted. Tetris for Tugi, C59. Tugi in the lead. That left side for Scooty, he's going to have to bring this entire stack down to be able to access that whole thing, and he does. Oh, and he hangs the long bar, and that is almost certainly going to tank Scooty's game here. That is going to be a top out, and Tugi goes up 2 games to none. Tugi, you want to mullen it out? Go ahead. That 5 tap after a tuck is tough, says Wallband. Tugi with the 1.44 million. The E stands for 1.4, and he's like, "Yeah, that's good enough. That's fine. All right, Tugi, you are ahead. 2 games to none. Let's go. 3-2-1 Tetris. Maybe I need to stand up and then play. That's a thought. That is a thought. Yeah, I find it very difficult to just go, oh, I'm going to watch a movie. Like my thoughts always go to like something else I need to be doing, should be doing, goals. It's hard to relax. I wish I could. Have I tried watching a movie but on Adderall? No, but I would love to get that. I wish that I could get that. I definitely would benefit. But well, next year. I'll have a job next year. Isn't it because the movies are not as good these days? Well, I would never. I mean, it's rare that I watch a contemporary movie. Like when I do, there's just way too many good movies in the past that I haven't seen yet. So why would I watch today's when I haven't even seen the great ones of the past, or some of them? Like, I'm not going to sit down and watch something on Netflix, like some Netflix studio movie. Like, no way. Vandy, what baseball movie would you recommend to the kids today? What baseball movie would I recommend to the kids today? To the kids? To kids? I think The Sandlot is a really good movie. Yeah, I would recommend The Sandlot. Little Big League. What's the difference between Little Big League and Rookie of the Year? I don't remember. All right, Tugi up high. Oh, that's going to be a great J piece for him and a great L piece. Not out of the woods yet, but getting there. Little Big League was the kid was an owner. Got it. Blue Scooty opens up that right side. Long bar down. Tetris for him. Oh, yeah. One kid was a pitcher. Like he had an injury to his arm and he could throw like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball or something after that. So he got to play for the Cubs. Angels in the outfield. Not for me. I think I agree with the Roger Ebert review of Angels in the Outfield overall. You can look it up. 297 Blue Scooty, 309 for Tugi. League of Their Own. League of Their Own is a good movie. I mean, Bull Durham is a good movie, you know, for adults, of course. Or, you know, aspiring adults. Major League. Yeah, Major League is, you know, a good farcical comedy. The sequence at the end of the original Naked Gun, which is, you know, like basically 25 minutes at a baseball game, is really good. 427 for Tugi, 414 for Blue Scooty. But yeah, I guess I would have to say The Sandlot, just because it does, I think, capture what it's like to be a kid, you know, in a lot of ways. Tetris for Blue Scooty, 441. 473 for Tugi. There's a Tetris Blue Scooty, 489. Blue Scooty trying to get out of this dig. Gets a long bar. Gets a Tetris. He's at 523. You like Field of Dreams? Yeah, I go back and forth on that. I don't know if I would recommend that to kids per se. I don't know if they would really connect with it, but I think adults would. I mean, it's not like an adult themed film, but I just don't know if it would really connect with a young person. 619 for Tugi, 608 for Blue Scooty. Bad News Bears. Oh yeah, Bad News Bears. If you want your 70s fix there. $634 for Blue Scooty, $645 Tugi. Cloudy Shoe says Field of Dreams is a dad movie. Your favorite movie is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. That's been made a couple of times because that's like a short story, right? But I feel like that's been made a couple times. If you like that, you might like Being There. I don't know if you've seen Being There with Peter Sellers. You might like that too. 710 for Tugi, 748 for Blue Scooty. So Scooty has taken a lead. He's up by about 60,000. Rear window. So now we're just talking about movies in general. Baseball movies gone, and now it's just movies. Laura says Dr. Strangelove is a great movie to show to children. I don't think so. Is Vandy a Hitchcock fan? Yeah, very much so. $843 for Tugis, $934 for Blue Scooty. Yeah, rear window is great. What's up, Jasmine? $884 for Tugi. Scooty with the max outs. All of a sudden, Tugi back by 120,000 points. Tetris for Scooty, A35. Triple for Tugi to bring this stack down while he waits out this bar, if it ever comes. There it is, but he can't use it for a Tetris. Triple, though. Man, that's a chunk. 4 more lines of burning on top of that well. To knock this down. All right, there we go. Scooty gonna uncover. Tugi gonna uncover 943. 1.1 for Scooty on 28. Tetris Tugi 980. So now it's about 160,000 point lead. Scooty into 29. He's at B81. Tugi with the max A19. He's back, by about 160,000. Oh, no, this is going to be a top out for Tugi. And Scooty is going to take game number 3. And Tugi's still up 2 games to 1. Three, 2, 1 Tetris, by the way. There you go. That prize pool could use a little bit of help. We're looking to get to 2,000s. We can pay our top 8. So use the Matcherino command if you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. In fact, I will put it in for you. I believe in this prize pool so much that I will actually type 11 characters or whatever. Is there going to be a no cap November? Yes. Their qualifying is, you've got what, 5 more days to qualify, something like that. 4 more days. We are going to be using the basically natural cap November. So we are not using level 39 super kill screen, but we will enable the crash triggers. So at level 155 or whatever it is that what it is? 155? 4? Whatever. I always forget. because I have no chance of ever getting there, so I always forget. But yeah, the crash triggers will be enabled. Yeah, 155. Thank you, Dan. So players will see if they can dodge the crash, right? So this is like playing on the original cartridge, right? We are not imposing an artificial kill screen. We are letting players play with the original kill screen. We are going to be best of 5 in those early rounds. Last year we were best of 3, and it was really too truncated. Those early rounds not making it past 39. I mean, they might make it past 39. They might. But, you know, let them. I don't think they're going to make it to 155 generally, but it could happen. See, the problem is to get to 155, like both players have to do it, right? Like if somebody tops out at level 40, you've beaten them if you've gotten to level 50 or so, usually, right? So really both players have to cooperate in order to get a game to the crash triggers, right? Like we had with the Blue Scooty and Dog finals. 337 for Tugi, 333 for Blue Scooty. So yeah, I'm happy to see the lineouts. Yeah, I think post 39 or 29 lineouts, they have a certain intensity to them. 379 Blue Scooty, 383 for Tugi. No Cap November is my favorite month, says Tetris. Is that because of No Cap November or because of turkey? Do you eat Thanksgiving, Tetris? What do you do on Thanksgiving? What do you eat? You hate Thanksgiving. What? You eat turkey, but you complain about it in private? Seems like you're complaining about it in public right now. Nice little sequence there for Tugi to set up that T-spin and nail it. $518 Scooty, $483 for Tugi. Will it still have same piece set? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, turkey is great. And, if you're like trying to be on a budget, because, a lot of people are these days for whatever unknown reason. You can eat turkey all year long. Just go buy a turkey. Did you know that you can buy a turkey the whole year and cook it? It's like cheap. Tetris Tugi, 620. 598 Blue Scooty. And there's a Tetris for Tugi into 19. It's got a 644 19 transition. $623 entry for Blue Scooty. So double 600K transitions in this critical game for turkey is like the worst meat though. I mean, like learn to cook, I guess. It can be good. Tetris Tugi 770. Blue Scooty at 702. Tugi ahead by 2 lines. This is a real lead. All right, both players on 21 now. Winner of this match will take on Akatu right after. Is there even a worst meet? That's a good question. Blue Scooty setting up this little speculative Vits there. Very interesting. Kind of setting it up early. 761 Blue Scooty, 828 for Tugi. Yeah, Hydrant, welcome. Hydrant, why aren't you an MVP? An MVP. Is that what it is? VIP. VIP Hydrant Dude 8. You thought you were? Oh. All right, 836 Scooty. Gonna fight this stack down. Long bar, Tugi, Tetris. There's a skimming of Tetris. Blue Scooty, 876. Some people do go a little bit crazy over certain meats, like duck. People are like, oh my god, duck. Oh my god, duck. It's fine. Tetris for Scooty 977. Tugi has got the max. Same line count, 70,000 point lead, something like that. Scooty now got the max. Tugi trying to unmuddy his board a bit here. And he has uncovered that right side well. Tetris for Tugi, A86. A48 for Scooty. They each get a Tetris. Tugi's got the 1.1. There's another Tetris. Tugi's got one more that he could get before 29 hits. And there's a Tetris for Tugi. B92 entry in. B64 into 29 for Blue Scooty. So double 1.1s at 29. Oh no, Tugi is not going to survive here. B97 top out target for Scooty is B98. And there you go, Blue Scooty with that. Tetris is going to take game number 4 and tie up this match. So we've got ourselves a decider. In fact, a reverse decider. Let's go, Blue Scooty and Tugi in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Steele says, now all that Tugi needs to do is a random warm-up on 29, get 400k at 100 lines, and crash out at 30 in the game. Yep. It is a decider, so the winner of this one single solitary game will move on to the top 8 to take on Akatu. Tetris for Tugi, 53. There's one Scooty, 91. All right, nifty little burn sequence there for Scooty. It looked cool. There's a Tetris for Scooty, 118. 517 Tugi. Oh man, I had a great breakfast sandwich this morning. It was so good. I think breakfast sandwich is like my favorite food. I don't know. It's crazy, but I just love breakfast sandwiches. What's my breakfast sandwich of choice? Anything. I mean, so this morning it was on a bagel. It was an egg. I had a crap ton of bacon on it. Sharp cheddar on it. And then here's the secret. You want to know a secret? Like, sandwiches are good when you have a little bit of crunch to it. So here's what you do. This is what I do, or have been doing recently. You know those baby bells? You know those little, I don't know if they have them in every country or what they call them. 228 for Blue Scooty, 204 for Tugi. But those little round cheeses that are in like a red piece of wax. So you put that on like a silicone mat or like a, whatever, like something you can microwave on that won't stick. And you take one of those and you microwave it. In my microwave, it takes 53 seconds to get the perfect texture. And you microwave the baby bell until you get like a round, flat cheese crisp. And then you put that on a sandwich. Don't use wax because the wax will melt. Don't put that in the microwave and get on the food. But yeah, parchment paper is what I have, little parchment paper circles. And it depends on your microwave. Like, you've got to experiment. Oh, look at that delayed burn there for Tuggi, 322 for him. It's, you've got to, every microwave is different. So you got to experiment with what you like, but mine takes 53 seconds. If I go 54, it's a little too crisp. 52, it's a little under. But yeah, add that onto a sandwich, right? A little cheese crisp into a sandwich. You can use a slice of cheese as well. That's fine. But the time you put it in is, it depends on what the cheese is and how thick it is. And so the baby bells are good because they're very consistent in, the weight and size and shape. All right, a little delayed burn here for Scooty, but it's going to cause 2 lines of burning now. But anyway, yeah, that's a highly recommended move if you want to level up a sandwich. Put a cheese crisp, like a microwave piece of cheese that turns just ever so crispy, right? A minute or under it's going to take, but you got to dial it in with your preferences relative to your cheese and your size of the cheese. Anyway, that's a tip for your old pal, Vandy. Vandy, what is the best microwave food? I can't remember the last time I've had a microwave meal. They're just gross and watery and bland and weird. 501 for Blue Scooty, 532 for Tugi. That's right. I'm here to offer you my cheese tips. All right, we're into 19 now. Tugi at 558, Scooty at 531. I guess best microwave food is Hot Pockets. Anything with a crisping sleeve, right? $622 Tugi, $634 Blue Scooty. Mainly use the microwave for preparing something else, but not as preparing the actual entree itself. So, melting some cheese, melting some butter, mostly melting things. 648 for Tugi, 663 for Scooty, who is now in the lead. There's a Tetris for him. There's one Tugi. One line apart, about 14,000 points apart. Oh, the one thing you can do in the microwave that is good is bacon. You can actually, if you can dial that in. I've been using the Costco pre-cooked bacon and then just in the microwave, 8 seconds per slice. Perfect. 766 Tugi, 780 for Blue Scooty. Rayburn's Philly cheesesteaks. I think they have those at Costco or some equivalent. I do see those, but Scooty with a Tetris, but a little cleanup to do. He's at 842. Tugi now back in the lead. Scooty trying to clean all this up. It's going to leave him with a platform, this burn here. And he could build dirty, but all right, he's got a dirty well. Column 10, 2 rows up. And yeah, bar timing, not great for Scooty right now. A little bit of a drought, both players, of course. Same pieces, so same droughts. There's a Tetris for Scooty, and there's one Tugi. And another one. So Tugi up 980 to 914. Just a couple lines apart. 29 is in sight. Tetris Tugi A51. Tetris for both. Tugi, Tetris is into 29 and gets another one. He's at B25. Scooty is at A26. So 100,000 point lead for Tugi right now. All right, Tugi in cleanup mode. And oh no, this is going to be top. No, that is going to be a top out for Tugi. The target is B35. So a Tetris here from Scooty would clinch it. And there it is, Tetris for Scooty. And he will complete the reverse sweep. Tugi was up 2 games to none. And Blue Scooty, in championship style, comes back and takes this match 3 games to 2. So a great game for both, and really great game for Tugi. But yeah, kind of lost the handle on 29 in those last 3 matches. Really couldn't do much damage on the 29 phase. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.